Man, I feel like I'm getting better at this already because I position this. It's taped to a chair. If it falls, it's because it's taped to a chair. St. Patrick's Day, so take off my Nike jacket because we're like Mr. Rogers here. Gotta take off your jacket. Did this for you. Teachers are really good about flagging the holidays. This is St. Patrick's Day, and I miss you guys. This is dumb. This is freaking dumb to try and teach to a phone. But this shirt signifies two things. One, if you pinch me, I will punch you in the face. And two, if you pinch me, I will punch you in the frontal lobe. Okay, so I wanted to talk to all of my classes today about staying healthy during this time where it's all stressful and everything. I think that this actually, because I teach in health science, I can get away with this. I think that this is a more important topic than anything I could teach, to be frank. So we're gonna go into the wellness wheel. Okay, so intro has seen this wheel. Sports med, if you had intro last year, you've probably seen this wheel. But basically when you're trying to figure out like how balanced you are, if you exhibit like signs of good health and things like that, typically you're living a pretty balanced life. These are the different things that we would be talking about. So P stands for physical, M stands for mental, this S is spiritual, which we don't talk about in school, whoopsie. Emotional, social. So I'm gonna try and give you some ideas, some tips and tricks to try and be balanced in a time when it's weird. It's frankly just weird. So I'll start with mental. You're doing it. So if you're doing schoolwork and if you're kind of focused on what your teachers are trying to put out there, we're trying to keep you on task as best that we can in a situation that's weird for us as well. So mental schoolwork. So that's how we're gonna do it for you guys. Obviously if you have more time later and you've kind of filled every little piece of the pie, then read a book. If you like to read books, some of your pieces of the pie will be a little bit bigger than others. That's just kind of that's how we roll. And one thing you need to accept right now, and you'll be miles ahead of me, is you have to stop caring what people think of you. That's the bottom line. So I lived my life for most of my adult life with expectations from everybody else and with ideas that weren't necessarily my ideas about who I am. And eventually you have to get to the point where you're like, I don't care what people think anymore. I'm gonna be me, I'm gonna be authentic, and they can take it or leave it. And there's some power in that. And hopefully you guys get there at 16, 17 and not as a full-grown adult with the frontal lobe all fixed and everything. Okay, physical. Maybe you don't have access to a gym now. I just got the email from Vasa saying, sorry, no more Vasa. Cried a little, not gonna lie, but I still have a secret gym. I'm not talking about it because no one else can go. This is the physical realm, and you should be working out. So I'm gonna draw attention to some things because one of the things that we could talk about right off the bat is Americans are really quick to be like, well, I can't strength train because, and here's why. Most likely the reason is if you break it down, it's a lack of motivation. But if you were to say like, what are the top 10 reasons people are not exercising? We could actually pare it down to like the 2 highest reasons, and they've done studies on this to say like, well, why aren't you doing strength training? And Americans say, I don't have time, 1, and I don't have equipment, 2. Okay, so to answer the time question and the equipment question, the American College of Sports Medicine put together a workout that's the 7-minute workout. I know I've talked to my sports med kids about this, maybe have touched on it with intro, but realistically, they have gone, we need Americans participating in strength training, particularly girls. You think that it's just for boys, but honestly, we have we have weaker bones. And when you strength train, it strengthens your bones. So it's something like you need to do because we're at greater risk for things like osteopenia and osteoporosis. So you need to get your workout in. So the American College of Sports Medicine put together what's called the 7-minute workout. So I'll show you that on the computer later. But I'm gonna show you kind of what the exercises are here. Okay, I've written all the exercises that come from the 7-minute workout, but know that there are apps that are free that are called 7-minute workout that are based on the American College of Sports Medicine 7-minute workout. And what they did is they said, no equipment, no time. Well, we're answering both of the biggest complaints for people who are like, can't do it, I cannot do it. So essentially what's gonna happen is you're gonna start with jumping jacks for 30 seconds. 10 seconds rest in between, or basically transitioning. You're never stopping the movement. Jumping jacks 30 seconds, transition for 10 seconds, wall sit, transition for 10 seconds, push-ups, and each exercise lasts 30 seconds. So push-ups for 30 seconds, abdominal crunch for 30 seconds. Remember, in between each 10 seconds of changing positions, chair step-ups for 30 seconds, weight 10, squats for 30 seconds, weight 10, chair tricep dips, weight 10, plank, weight 10, high knees running in place, 30 seconds, weight 10, and then lunges, and then push-ups with rotation. So you're kind of doing the push-up, and then you'll actually rotate out of it, and then do a push-up, rotate out of it. Kind of gets the obliques a little bit. But basically what they said is like, we're hitting every major muscle group in 7 minutes. So no excuses. You have a chair, you have your own body weight, you can get strength training done. So I'm gonna encourage you for this aspect. I want a 7-minute workout. That's what I want today. I want you to try it. And I'd like you to go for a walk if you can. I mean, I know it's getting a little bit harder. Just stay away from people, keep distance. That's what we do now. So 7-minute workout, and let's say like a 20-minute walk, or if you are like Lydia Pitt, who I see out just cruising, running a lot, run. Or if you like to bike. Pick something you like. It doesn't have to be a walk. If you got an elliptical at home, just don't come to my gym. Okay, so 7-minute workout, 20-minute walk there. Schoolwork, we're done with PM. We gotta get to the S's. Okay, the spiritual aspect, I'm not gonna be too like, you do this. You kind of have to go like, whatever. If you're a religious person, you should pray. You know, this is a good time for praying. I will recommend there are lots and lots of different meditations out there. So I'm gonna say like, this can be your, and like I said, I'm not going to dictate. If we got Buddhists in here, do what Buddhists do. If we got LDS people in here, do what LDS people do. So, you know, that might mean praying for you. It might mean meditating, but give yourself some silent time. Maybe like 5-10 minutes. It really doesn't have to be long, especially if it's uncomfortable at first, but just do like 5-10 minutes of just kind of alone time, breathing exercises, that kind of stuff. That could help out a ton. Okay, so a good app for meditating is called Insight Timer. There's a pay version and a free version. I've always used the free version. I use it every single day, and I will get up. Sometimes I'll just be like, I only have 5 minutes, and I'll post a 5-minute, because it'll post meditations based on time. So if you have like, I have a half hour, you could do a half-hour meditation. Or you're like, I only have 5 minutes, or I can only focus for 5 minutes. Do the 5-minute one. Sometimes they'll give you 1-minute meditations. They're all free. And really, they have themes, so you can pick themes. So it's a good app to pick up. It's good for mental health. So Insight Timer for the spiritual aspect. But again, I'm not going to dictate spiritually what it is you do. Just spend 5 to 10 minutes. Just kind of alone time, okay? Emotionally, this would be a really good time. People are stressed. People are upset. This would be a good time to think of someone that you care about, and maybe someone that you haven't expressed that emotion to. and I'm going to make you step out of your comfort zone and write a letter, or call them up and just let them know you mean something to me. So I have to tell you, you all know Mom's got cancer. Please quarantine, because if I come out of this without my mom, it's gonna change. It's gonna change me a little, because I know I'm old, but I still need my mom. So quarantine, because those are the people we're worried about. My father-in-law also has leukemia. He also has prostate cancer, which is kind of like, I don't know if it's totally in remission, but he's got cancer too. These old people we need to be so careful with. So this quarantine, think about it for your grandparents more than anything. Just be like, we got to keep grandma and grandpa safe. I got to keep mom and dad safe. So right now is a good time to just tell someone you love them. It's a good time to tell them they mean something to you. So that's what I'm going to say. I'm going to say reach out. They used to have a commercial in like the 80s, I think it was. Reach out and touch someone. It was about the same time. It seemed like E.T. was out when he was like, home, with his finger. So that's what we're going to say is reach out and touch. And don't touch anyone. Reach out and just make that person who's important to you know they're important to you, period. That's a good thing to do with your emotional pie. Okay, and then socially. So this is a wild one, isn't it? Because we're not allowed to be social anymore because we're quarantined, even on St. Patrick's Day. So obviously we have social media. I don't know that I want to steer you towards that. I would almost rather you text a friend, just be like, hey man, how you doing? Or my TikTok people, TikTok famous people, maybe make a couple of videos that will brighten someone's day. Okay, the social part, social connectedness, this feeling of close and connected. Where are we close and connected to other people? That's what social aspect is. And high school gives you that experience. Like, this is the best time generally of, well, not best time. I mean, for some people, I guess. If you sign your name with your football number, you might be a high school forever kind of person. But no, high school is meant to be fun. And I miss it. I miss the experience of, I mean, honestly, for me, the back and forth, it fills me. It fills my cup. I'm not even kidding. Like, I genuinely love being a teacher. And I'm gonna get super sad and cry right here because here's my social outreach. I love you guys. Like, there's not an ounce of me that goes, I hate this kid or that kid. I get after some of you when you're loud, but I absolutely adore you. And this is hard for me because I want to be your teacher. I want to be the adult that maybe is someone that you trust outside of the home. And I'm going to keep trying to put stuff out there for you. I love you. Just know I'm around. I'm in the area, and I love you. So I said it, the reach out part, my emotional part. There you go. I got all like, all right, and churchy on you or something. But just know, Roadhouse cares. The social aspect. We have tools now that we can reach out to people. I would say, like, social media tends to make people a little more sad and gloomy. If you look at data, like sometimes the likes we get, we're like, right on, we got a like, that's pretty rad. But really, if you're not actually connecting with another human being, it's kind of garbage, isn't it? It just seems like we're making up lives and pretending like that's all there is. I mean, a lot of us have negative that we don't necessarily want to post. So instead of social media, maybe let's do like a FaceTime call to your best friend. And make it a long one. Just to your BFF. So I should be calling Lisa. She teaches at East, and she's a good friend. I haven't seen her in forever. We always are like, let's hang out. And when you're adults, that's all you ever do. You say, let's hang out, and then you don't. Call your BFF or see their face, even if there's no makeup or anything. Just call them and make sure they're good. Okay, so your pie should look like this. I also just kind of, this is not really scientific or anything, but I was listening to CNN this morning and they were talking about how do you cope with being quarantined? How do you deal with the mental aspects of it? Kind of, you need to treat your days like they're normal. So I would refrain from sleeping longer than you should. That just can lead to things like depression. So get up when you normally get up. Fill your pie out for the day. Make sure you just tick off everything. A little piece of the wellness pie needs to be hit every day if you want to have a good balanced life. So that's my advice. So know that I love you. Know that I'm wanting you to take care of yourselves because I'm gonna see you again someday. So